The Patriots may have pulled off highway robbery basically on the Tennessee Titans. And also, we got a huge positive Patriots injury update. Welcome into Patriots Today by Chat Sports. I am your host, Brett Alper. We're going to break all that down about the defense, about the injury updates. But first, the Patriots take on the Steelers on Sunday. And I've been talking to Steelers host Jack Sperry. And he said that we couldn't get 30 subs in this video. He said that the Patriots fans, they're fair weather fans, that they don't show up ever since Brady has gone. And I want to prove him wrong, that we are all still here. We are all still excited. So if you love daily Patriots videos, if you love going live, we're doing this video on our live stream every Wednesday and every Sunday for watch parties. Subscribe today. We also made a friendly wager, and it involves a tortilla slap. If the Patriots win, he gets to come on this show, and I get to slap him in the face with a tortilla. But if they lose, I get to get slapped in the face on Steelers Talk. We did a bet on Raiders after week 1. I did 200 push-ups, so not fun. But I like to make friendly wagers here at Chat Sports. But I also like to prove them wrong. So hit that sub button right now. Let's talk about the highway robbery. And it involves Mr. Harold Landry. And he's getting up there in age. He's on the back end of the 20s, about to be 30. But ever since the Patriots have signed him, he has been an absolute star. He was named the captain of this team. And since then, you could see the stats against Miami. 3 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, 1 sack, 2 QB hits. He has been the second most important player on this defense. The first one, it wasn't really highway robbery because you gave him over $100 million, and that involves Milton Williams. Christian Barmore's back. But Harold Landry has been absolutely insane when it comes to this team. And when you look at the contract that the Patriots gave him, it wasn't much at all. 3 years, $43 million, only 26 guaranteed to be one of your top edge rushers. And throughout the whole entire offseason, they were saying he was washed. They were saying, oh, he's getting up there in age. He's not that great. Well, he's been a star. Last season, he had 9 sacks, and through first 2 games of the year, oh my God, it seems like he's got a career resurgence. 8 tackles as an edge, 4 tackles for loss, 3.5 sacks, and 6 QB hits. He is getting to the quarterback. He's getting pressure to the quarterback. And you see that stat right there with the sacks? You might think, wow, that's a lot. That is a lot for the first 2 games. Well, how much is a lot? Well, it actually leads the entire NFL in sacks. Yeah, Harold Landry has more than Myles Garrett, has more than Carl Granderson, Brian Burns. Where's TJ Watt on that one? Supposed to be playing TJ Watt this weekend. Well, Harold Landry's getting to the quarterback more. And we know during the offseason that the Titans, they wanted to completely get rid of him because they thought that he was washed and it was over. They cut him. They said, screw the contract that we gave him because they did give him a ton of money. And Mike Vrabel, coming over from Tennessee, knew how good of a player he was, knew the system that he was back when he was at Tennessee and said, we're going to bring him over into New England and we're going to make him a star. And let's ask a little question. Well, how are the Titans doing with their edge rusher without Mr. Harold Landry, who is absolutely dominating for the Patriots? He's also top 10 in pressures on the quarterback. How are the Titans doing without him? Let's make a little SpongeBob reference to the Magic Conch. What do you got? Nothing. 0 total sacks for the Titans. I'm pretty sure I saw a stat that Harold Landry has 10 pressures this season. I'm pretty sure that the Titans have 10 pressures total as a team. They are playing terrible. They are not doing anything on defense, and they miss him tremendously. And the Patriots pretty much just stole him. They tried to look for a trade, and no one else wanted him. And Harold Landry, he immediately signed with his former head coach, and he's happy to be a part of this team. He knows how special this team is. He's a part of this front 5 that's absolutely incredible with Christian Barmore, with Milton Williams, who interior defensive linemen are 2 of the best in the NFL. And then you got Caleb Von Chase on all the other side. This is what Harold Landry said after week 1, just playing his first game with the New England Patriots and talking about this defense. And he says you can see it. This is an exciting defense. I'm excited to be a part of it. And like I said, we have to be more consistent. Snap in, snap out. Have no lapses. He has been determined to be great and determined to make this defense elite, which when you look at the front 5, it has been elite. It has been one of the top. Tua, he was shaking in his boots last week. And the secondary has been bad, but it's going to get better, and there's a reason why. But let's show some love to Mr. Harold Landry. Let's show some love to just how good he is, and spam the comments right now. Light up your twos. I want to see all those twos down in the comments section and the live chat if you're watching this during the live stream, because I'm excited, and I can't wait to see him sack Aaron Rodgers a bunch on Sunday. Coming up, we got some major Patriots injury news, and it's the news that we have been waiting for since the beginning of the training camp. But before that, I got to tell you about our sponsor of today's show, and that is Prize Picks. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Prize Picks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. If you get your picks right, you can cash in. Prize Picks is the best way to win cash this football season. Which players are going off? Which ones aren't? Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your takes into cash all season long on Prize Picks. I made a lineup for this game over the weekend, but a max discount from Prize Picks. Patrick Mahomes just needs 1 single yard. Give me the more on that one. And then Drake May, he's been going off the more on passing yards, 220.5. And I like Stephon Diggs. Shout out to him and Cardi B. Cardi B's pregnant. So I think he's going to get his first touchdown as a New England Patriot. Give me the more on that one. You can make a lineup just like that when you download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. All right. Going to the injury news, and this is so very exciting, because I said it during the beginning of the live show on Wednesday. It's finally happened. Christian Gonzalez is returning to practice, and we've waited since July 28th for him to get on the field, and we were wondering, when was he going to be available? When was he going to get to the practice field? Did he suffer a setback? Is he going to miss week 1, which he did? Is he going to miss week 2, which he did? But now the real question is he healthy enough to play week 3? He's back on the practice field, and we heard it from Mike Vrabel at his press conference this morning, which we were all waiting to see. And he gave a typical Vrabel answer, and they asked him, what's Christian Gonzalez's availability? And he says, he's going to do some things at practice today. Just didn't flat out saying, yeah, he's going to be at practice. And then Doug Kyde, he asked them, he reports for the Boston Herald, they asked, is a possibility for Christian Gonzalez to play Sunday versus the Steelers? And he kind of shrugged his shoulders and just went, sure. I mean, I take that as a positive, because the week before he said, nah, he's not going to be at practice, he's progressing. No, he's not ready yet. He'll be at practice once he's be able to. This is a completely different mindset from the head coach, and it's gigantic for the Patriots, because he's your best player next to Milton Williams, next to Christian Gonzalez, next to Harold Landry, and it's been so long since we've last seen him. July 28th. It was like the second day of training camp. And I know it's going to take him a while to get back into football shape, because he hasn't practiced. He didn't play in preseason. He hasn't been ready. It's going to take some time to ramp up. We see what the Patriots are doing with Stephon Diggs. He's only playing 50% of snaps right now as he works his way back in, coming off of an injury. Well, this is the same with Christian Gonzalez, but you can see the difference when he's on the field and when he's off the field. You can see right here. He's basically allowing only 50% completion percentage of his targets. 499 yards. This was all last year's stats. 2 touchdowns, had 7 PBUs, because that's not a lot, but obviously it's not a lot because they're just not targeting him. And when QBs do target him, 70.5 QB rating. And when he plays, he's going on your top wide receiver. Guess who they play this week? DK Metcalf. 7 targets for 4 yards, only 27 yards. If he plays this week, you know he's going to be on him, locking him down. Jamar Chase, he didn't do much, only 15 yards. Tyreek Hill, he didn't do much. Could have used him on Sunday because, Tyreek Hill had his best game in over a year. And then A.J. Brown, only 47 yards. But the guy that has been playing in place, and I love you, Alex Austin. I'm wishing you the best. I want you to be great, but you haven't been great. Allowing 153 yards, which was the second most out of all NFL cornerbacks. Yards per catch, that's the 12th most. And when you saw the stat, when QBs target Christian Gonzalez, it's a 70 QB rating. When QBs target Alex Austin, it's a 144 QB rating. It's night and day difference between Alex Austin and Christian Gonzalez because Christian Gonzalez is a top 3 corner in this league. He can be great, and he can make the Patriots be great. Because what has been the main problem? Secondary and coverage. And when you put that alongside with Carlton Davis, you will be great. They asked him because he was made available to the local media for the first time this season since he had his injury. He was asked if he plans to play Sunday. And he said, he gave the typical cliche answer, your Belichickian answer. He's focused on today when he'll be back on the practice field. And I'm excited for him, man. I'm very, very, very excited for him. And I will say, if he's healthy, you got to play him. You have to play him if he's healthy. But if he's not, let him ease his way back in. This was the full injury report from the Patriots on Wednesday, and you could see a bunch more players showed up. Nobody didn't practice except for Keon White, which I want to give my take on that in a second. Christian Barmore was limited with a non-injury related, whatever it is. Kayvon Chason, hamstring injury limited. Carlton Davis, Achilles. That's a little concerning. Christian Gonzalez, though, limited. Harold Landry had the same foot injury as last week. Marte Mapu with his neck. Morgan Moses with a foot. I'm so glad he's practicing because he was in a boot on Sunday. Jack Westover with a hamstring injury. But overall, everybody's limited. I would take that into consideration that most of them will play. And now we have the Steelers injury report. And I was kind of a little bit like, ooh, this is big Patrick Queen. Yeah, well, he's full practice. Then you have Darius Slay, Joey Porter Jr., TJ Watt was rest. But overall, a lot of players on this Steelers team are showing up on the injury report. So hopefully none of these guys play because a lot of those, like Joey Porter Jr. and some of those other players, Patrick Queen, well, I hope they don't play because Patriots, they're going to need as much as they can get throughout the rest of the season. Well, throughout the rest of week 3 because you need this game. You need this game. You really do. You really, really do. If you want Christian Gonzalez to play week 3, if you want him to be healthy, he's back on the practice field. Go ahead, hit that thumbs up icon, like the video, because Christian Gonzalez is finally back. He is finally back. That's going to do it for today's show. Got a big game coming up on Sunday, but if you want to keep the conversation going, if you want to talk Patriots, my DMs are open. You can hit me up on Twitter or on Instagram @TheRealAlper. And as always, let's go Pats.